Welcome to YLIES International Webinar Student Council Goes Global.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone, to wherever you are. How are you guys doing? So, first of all, let's thank God for His blessing so that we can attend today's very special program, which is International Webinar with Korean Camp Korean School, which is held by the youth leaders of Indonesian MC schools. Let us introduce ourselves. Hello, I'm Haura, and today with Mahir here, we will be your moderator of the program.
Let me begin by giving you a warm welcome to the honorable teachers of KKFS, President of KKFS Students Council, members KKFS Students Council.
And let's not forget to welcome honorable teachers from Indonesian School Abroad, President of YLIES, member of YLIES, and all beloved participants from Indonesian schools all over the world.
Thank God we can gather here today in a good situation and even though online, together for international webinar between Indonesian School Abroad and KKFS. Thank you for giving us your time and for joining today's program.
Okay, so today's programs is actually aims and maintain friendship between fellow student council all over international and foreign friends, and also to improve our networking. This program is also an activity so that we can share and exchange interesting experiences, learning the difference between our educational system, and let's not forget to open our perspective globally.
Thus being said, the theme for today's webinar is Student Council Goes Global. Is that right, Haura?
Yes, that's very right, Mahir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us read our agenda today. The first is culture interest that's going to be presented by our presenter, Salman. And then we will move on to YLIES presentation, followed by KKFS presentation. The fourth will be Q&A and discussion session, which will be divided by two sessions, YLIES and then KKFS. Last but not least, we will have a little photo session and finally the closing.
Well then, what are we waiting for? Let us get on to our first activity, which is a wonderful presentation by Salman.
The stage is yours, Salman.
Woo!
Thank you, thank you. Hello everyone, I am Salman. I am from Indonesian School of Jeddah, and today I'm going to be presenting you something interesting. Let's see what it is. Here, we're going to talk about the culture, the beautiful, the art of Indonesia. First of all, when you guys see this picture, does something pop up on your mind? What do you guys think of it? You guys can say anything in the chat, or you guys can open your mic, say anything about it. What do you guys think about it? I think it's really beautiful. It's a really ancient drawing from traditional arts of Indonesia, and this beautiful country has 17,504 islands, and it has 742 local languages. It has 1,342 tribes, 7,241 culture work. It is the diversity of Indonesia. If you guys want to say something, you guys can talk about it in the chat, or you can open your mic, no problem. Okay, so what is exactly the art of Indonesia? First of all, Indonesia is centrally located along ancient trading routes between the Far East, South Asia, and the Middle East, resulting in many cultural practices being strongly influenced by multitude of religions, including Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, and so much more, which resulted in a complex cultural mix. You can see here, we have a statue that is made by artists in Indonesia. You can see these a lot, especially when you go to Bali. There are a lot of statues like this, and there are a lot of like traditional places like temples and all that. There's a lot of places like this, and this we can see, these are the elementary school kids from Indonesia. This is the uniform they wear. It's white and red. And when they reach into middle school, it becomes white and blue. And then when they go into high school, it becomes white and gray. The arts in Indonesia. Traditional dances. There are a lot of traditional dances like Balinese dance, which you see in Bali. Balinese dance have stories about ancient Buddhist and Hindu kingdoms. So basically they're like dancing, and that dance has a meaning behind it, which is like a story. It's really fun to watch, and it's like really attracting. When you watch it, the vibe is just really good. So it just sucks you in the vibe, and you just watch it and you feel calm inside. It's like really calm dances, and they're really cool. And they have a lot of art forms and architecture. They're present in Sumatra, especially in Minangkabau and Aceh regions. There's a lot of those. And traditional art, music, and sport are combined into one form of martial art in Indonesia. It's very special. You see, this martial art is called Pencak Silat. Pencak Silat is very unique to its culture because it combines traditional art, music, sport, and all that into one piece of martial art. So when there's an event, something like that, they usually perform Pencak Silat as a form of entertainment. When there's competitions like the Olympics, Pencak Silat is performed as martial art tournaments. And then we have the dangdut music. Almost every Indonesian loves dangdut music. They listen to it when they're in parties, when they're in groups, they listen to it and they just dance to it. And then there is the batik. Batik is a special kind of waxing that they use on clothing that is very special to them. And it has like every single area of Indonesia has its own batik pattern. So every single area in Indonesia made their own special batiks, and they distributed it everywhere, and you can see it almost in every official event. There will be always Indonesians that wear batik because it's a very formal cloth, and they wear it usually for like formal events and like family meetings, or they have to go to job. Usually they wear it on Thursday in here in Saudi Arabia, because in Thursday is like the last day of work or going to school. We wear batik to remember the traditions of Indonesia, and batik is really special to us. Here we can see a form of traditional dance that is distributed by the traditions of Indonesia. You can see people watching. The dance is really beautiful. You guys should come there and try to watch it. And here we can see the form of Pencak Silat. This person right here is standing on a stage with a crowd of people. He's performing Pencak Silat as a form of entertainment. So Pencak Silat can be used for multiple purposes, and many people use it for coping mechanism too. So when they feel stressed or something, they do Pencak Silat, and it calms them down, especially with their breathing and all their techniques, with their body movements. So basically they enchant all those emotions on those body movements. It's really special. And right here, we can see the batik. This is how they do the batik. We can see here there is a pattern that this woman is making. This woman is making a batik that is used in traditional ways. There are now modern ways to make batik, which is, you can see them a lot in Indonesia, especially in batik factories. There's a lot of people that are working on it because batik came from us from a long time ago and we still hold on to it until now. This is how diverse the cultures are in Indonesia, because other religions, other countries get involved with it from the past, and we still bring it into this day. Right now, I'm going to show you guys a clip of how Indonesia looks like. You can see the traditional dances here, traditional music. That's all for my presentation. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys got the image of how Indonesia looked like. You guys should come visit us. It's a really beautiful country. We would love to get you guys there. It's really cool. It's really chill. We can go like see all those traditional dances, traditional music. We can see all those together, and it would be really fun. And you guys can see maybe you can see the traditional music instruments like the angklung. The angklung is basically pieces of wood put together, and when you shake them, they make a sound. Usually they play them in synchrons, an orchestra with other groups of people, and they make really beautiful sounds, and it's just really amazing. You guys should come visit there, and we would really welcome you there. Yeah, thank you all. That's from me. Again, Salman from Indonesian School of Jeddah. See you all. Hope you all have a good day.
Thank you so much, Salman. That was a
Right, thank
wonderful
you very much,
presentation.
What a wow, what a wonderful presentation. We're just amazed by the diversity of ethnics, cultures, language, traditions of Indonesia. We hope members of KKFS Students Council visit Indonesia anytime. Feel free, guys, to visit Indonesia. And
Yeah,
now we
that
are
was
as
a really
notes,
wonderful
there will be,
presentation, right?
yeah, it was really beautiful. And now, yeah, as a note, there will be Q&A and discussion sessions. So prepare your questions, okay? So don't be too shy.
And also, is it just me or I can't see many faces in here? I think most of them has closed camera. Can you guys open your camera so we can, hype
Yeah,
this
guys,
up?
please open your cam, guys. Come on.
Yeah, hype this program up, guys.
Let's see your
Okay.
smile.
Yeah, we need to see your smile. We need to hype this program up. It's okay, just be casual.
It's fine.
Okay.
Open your cam, okay?
Yep. Well, then I think if there's enough people opening up our cameras already, let's go on and move on to the second agenda, which will be presented by YLIES by Rafi. Please, Rafi, the stage is yours. Woo!
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Rafi Arya Widayat Wijaksono. You can call me Rafi. I am the Vice President, one of YLIES, and I'm also currently the Student Council President of my school in Indonesian School of Yangon in Myanmar. Okay, let me tell you about myself. I was born in Bogor, Indonesia on 16th of August, 2003. I currently live in Yangon in Myanmar. And below that, there are my social media. If you want to follow, feel free to follow. I would really appreciate that. So probably you guys are wondering, what am I going to talk about today? So today I'm going to share about what our school is like, what our student council is like, and this new thing called YLIES. So, all right. We start with SILN. So basically, SILN stands for Sekolah Indonesia Luar Negeri. Wait, let me pause. It basically means Indonesian schools abroad. Okay, so you guys are wondering, what is SILN? Probably the majority of you in this Zoom meeting already know because you go to school there. Let me explain a little bit. So SILNs are schools that are held to meet the educational needs of children of diplomats and local staff at the Indonesian Representative Office, as you know, as Indonesian Embassy. In addition, it is also for children of Indonesian citizens who work in related countries, such as working at companies or working at a factory. And also, it's really open for any Indonesian citizens who wants to study in Indonesian curriculum. SILN is the representative organ to carry out soft diplomacy missions. Diplomacy is a really important thing because it's the rope between one country and another country. Without diplomacy, relationship between countries will be not good. So our soft diplomacy mission is especially in penetrating Indonesian cultural, as Salman said the first time, he was promoting Indonesian culture to you guys. So anywhere, SILN will carry out the function of education and development of Indonesian culture in local country in a balanced way and comprehensive manner. So where did it all started? When did it all started? So it all started in the 1960s, where the first Indonesian school of abroad was established in Cairo, Egypt. And then later, the fulfillment of this educational need was then strengthened by the existence of a 1981 joint decree, which was later updated through a joint regulation between the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Education and Culture in 2015. So it starts from 1960 to 1981 to 2015 until this day. The Indonesian schools are still running until this day. So here's a really rare picture. Maybe all of you guys haven't seen it. Here's the first ever Indonesian school abroad in Cairo. And then as you can see how old of this picture, this is when the first ever president of Indonesia, Sukarno, visited the first ever Indonesian school abroad in Cairo. You can see him at the middle of this picture here. There is our first ever president, Sukarno. And then these Indonesian schools are spread around the world across 9 different countries, which are Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Myanmar, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the Netherlands. As you can see in the picture, I already marked them, which countries. And across those 9 different countries, there are 13 Indonesian schools that are still running right now. And you can see at the pictures from the top left until the right bottom, those are the 13 Indonesian schools around the world. And they all have their own uniqueness. Like the Indonesian School of Davao in Philippines, they have their own dorm in their school. Or for example, my school. My uniqueness of my school is Indonesian School of Yangon is the only school that has an international school in it. So every school anywhere in the world probably has their own student council. In Indonesia, our student council, we have like something that is called OSIS, which stands for Organisasi Siswa Intrasekolah. In English, it basically says interschool organization, or as you know right now, a student council. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So this is the standard organization structure for OSIS. Of course, every student council is led by president, and in here it's accompanied by 2 vice presidents. And under them, there is a secretary and a treasurer accompanied by their vice also. And last but not least, they are supported by 10 divisions that works on their respective fields, and together they make one strong team and one strong organization. But since we are different school, we are outside of Indonesia, and the students outside of Indonesia is of course not as much as Indonesia. So the structure may be different in every 13 different school. Maybe like the president only has 1 vice, and the secretary and the treasurer doesn't have a vice, and the division, there's only like some school has 3 divisions, some school have 5 divisions. Okay, let me get to the last part, which is YLIES. YLIES is a new thing. So we have this thing called YLIES, and maybe you guys all are wondering, or maybe some of you guys already know. So what is YLIES? This and that. So let me explain. So YLIES stands for Youth Leaders of Indonesian Embassy School. Let me break down what YLIES is with 5 W and 1 H. What is YLIES? YLIES is a forum of student council from all 13 Indonesian schools abroad. There are a lot of forum of student council in Indonesia, such as Forum of Student Council in West Java, Forum of Student Council in Jakarta, and now in Indonesia, usually the Student Council Forum is provided by the government and the associations of people inside and outside of OSIS as means of discussion, question and answer, problem solving, and other things. But what's interesting about YLIES is that we were not provided by the government, but we actually made it by ourselves, by our own initiatives, and the support from our environment. So you could basically say we started from the bottom, now we're here. And then, or maybe the conclusion is that YLIES is a student council for student council. So who started all of this? The first idea came from our friend from Riyadh, who was the student council president in his school. But that idea wouldn't be reached if it wasn't for all the heroes. All the hero here is everyone. All the student council president and the vice of all 13 schools, our principal, all teachers, and friends that really support this innovation and make it all come to life. When did this all started? So this all started when the COVID-19 pandemic came. We were all stuck at home. We were doing nothing. We were bored, and school was temporarily closed. We had nothing to do. And one day, we got invited to a group. And my reaction, I was like, whoa, this is real cool. This is like something new. And we all, from 13 different schools, we talked and discussed and found our one objective, and that united us. We prepared this since 14th of May until we found our establishment date, which was 11th of July, where YLIES was released to the world. So where did we all prepare and did all our activities? All of this were accomplished in the internet with all the technologies we have right now. Maybe some people say like social media is bad and then technology is bad, but no, everything in the world has 2 sides, positive sides and negative sides. So we were trying to take the positive side of technology and what can we do with that? And now we have this. And the last W is why. Why did we build YLIES? We all have one objective, which is to bring all 13 Indonesian schools that are spread around the world into one unity. And the last is how. How will YLIES be on the future? As I said before, we had one objective and we made it a long term. So we have a vision is to build an organization that upholds unity and integrity between all Indonesian schools abroad and become the representatives of Indonesia that we can inspire and make proud of Indonesia. So this is one of our contributions as a student for Indonesia so that we can, promote Indonesia and then see what the richness of our culture is. And then after that, it's our activities. So you can see in the slide, there's a really rare picture of our first meeting in Zoom. As you can see, it was taken from a phone, even not a screenshot. And then all of our face were really awkward and we were like really asleep and stuff. We were like really nervous. After we talked and discussed, we got our one objective. Of course, every student council needs a leader. We had a YLIES president election. We started with 4 candidates and one of them was me. All of the candidates talked about their vision and mission and their programs for the future. And then right after the campaign, we voted and the results was from our friend in Riyadh, Mahmoud Asrul, right now is the president of YLIES. So after we found a leader, we had a plenary meeting, which was our structure of our organization, which division, and then each division will have a program that we talk and discuss and find a solution of what our schedule is gonna be like of our activities. And then our journey was not really smooth. We had bumps, we had holes, we go right to left, and then we go up and down. So, and also we are just like students. We don't know anything. We started from the bottom. And then we need support. So we tried to have this conference with our teachers, our principal, to help guide us to our objective. So they gave us criticisms, they gave us ideas, and then what to do for the future, and then everything wouldn't be the same without our teachers and our principal and our friends that support us. One of the first activity that we done was SILN Place. So let's try something new. Like let's unite the people by playing games, by having fun. So we tried it. We played Gartic, was like it's guess a drawing, something like guess a drawing. It really worked. We had fun, and then we united the people. We talked to the people. We know the people, and then next activity we have is TGI. Not TGI Fridays the steak, yeah, but TGI stands for Tita Garuda Indonesia. It's one of our competition that we made to hype up our spirit for the Indonesian Independence Day. As you can see in the picture, there is 2 photos. One at the front was from our photography competition. As you can see, it looks really cool. He was the first place winner from Thailand. And then at the back, we have a quizzes competition. So we can open up our knowledge about Indonesian history. And then also we had fun. And the last one of our biggest programs was online student exchange. As you guys know, student exchange is where one school goes study to another school, but we all did this online. So we divided by 2 groups because 9 countries and different time zones. So we divide by 2 groups depending on the time zone. One group was Middle Eastern group, and then one is Asian group. And then the Middle Eastern group, the host was Cairo, and the Asian group, the host was my school, Indonesian School of Yangon. And all the students across the world came to study in our school, and it feels like, wow, I'm really speechless about it. Like, how can we do this online and then with no budget? And then this is like something impressive. And let me say something that all of our activities, we did it with no budget. That's really impressive. So that's all of our activities. In conclusion, so YLIES is not just a forum or an organization. We are not only friends or co-workers. We are all family. We are Indonesian schools abroad, SILN, 13 spread across the world, but united in one. We hope we will be the heart and the center of all of our friends spread across the world. And we hope we can open up friendship to the outside world, so outside of our environment. As our motto said, to infinity and beyond, unity in diversity. Thank you very much for your attention. That's all for my presentation. See you guys later.
Thank you very much, Rafi, for your presentation. That was wonderful. It was very interesting, right, Mahir?
Of course, it was freaking interesting, and I'm so inspired because of the YLIES presentation. I got so many things and more knowledge about YLIES. Before I didn't know YLIES that much, but because of this
sure.
presentation, I know a lot of things about YLIES and their journey before, their events and programs that I held before were really useful for us. We're waiting what will come next from YLIES. Are you curious too, Haura?
Yeah, I was really curious. Like, I learned a lot of new things. Like, I don't even know that SALN was first made in 1960s in Cairo.
Yeah. I mean,
and the YLIES is very, very nice, because even though our schools are spread all over the world, we can connect into one organization and connect with each other, networking. It's just really nice to hear. And I'm beginning to curious about KKFS student. YLIES. How are they?
Well, let's see what will the presentation gonna be, and of course, let us not forget what will come next. The special guest from South Korea that we are waiting for and curious. So that it is time for presentation from the beloved KKFS Council. Please do take your time.
Give a round of applause. Woo!
Hi. Step the presentation up. Hey, is it good? Can everyone see it?
Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shean Narandran, and I'm the president of this year's KKFS Student Council. And this is our vice president, Jessica Sun. First of all, we would like to thank the YLIES for inviting the KKFS Student Council to this webinar. We were excited to be here, and we're very excited to share what's going on here in Korea Kent Foreign School. So through this presentation, we're going to focus on how our school has been dealing with mainly the COVID-19 pandemic. So we'll talk about what happened last year when the pandemic first hit and how we've adjusted our school life right now to maintain a safe school environment for our students. So we'll also go over the courses provided within our school, as well as the overall community and the vibe of the students, how we get along and all that. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, just write them down and we'll have them ready during the Q&A session. Okay.
All right, so last February, the government and the Ministry of Education issued a policy that required the schools to go online, and all school events, including varsity sports, club meetings, were canceled. The graduation for the class of 2019 and 2020 had also been streamed online to maximize social distancing.
Okay, so this brings us into this year. So within the first 3 months of this year's school, we still didn't have the COVID controlled yet. So we had something called a hybrid school schedule, where the school was divided into 2 main groups, and each group would alternate between offline and online school. So what this happened was online schools would join through Google Meet, which is the program that we use for our online school meetings. So the students will enter the class, the Google Meet link, at the time that their class would originally start, and cameras were connected to teachers' computers for live streaming. So the entire lesson was live streamed and students could join into the lesson and take notes and participate. However, seniors weren't included inside the hybrid schedule. And since this is their last year, it's very important for them. So it was implemented that they were to come to school every day.
So currently, all KKFS students have to attend school offline. The school increased our break times from 5 to 10 minutes to create a buffer between students while moving to different classes. In class, portable screens were mandatory to frame the desk between students. And additionally, students were required to wear masks at all times unless eating or drinking.
And for lunch, we have a maximum of 3 students per table. So this kind of reduces the crowding. And so squares were placed between lunch lines so that students would be maintaining a safe social distance while they were lining their lunch trays. And there was so that was a socially distanced line that were placed on the floor so students would stand on the square. And then there was also a staggered lunchtime. So middle and elementary school students had their lunch 1 hour earlier than the high school students, just so that the cafeteria wouldn't be overcrowded.
Okay, so before coming to school, parents were required to fill out a health form consisting of the child's name, grade, and temperature, and students were asked to stay at home if their temperatures were high or weren't feeling very well. At school, teachers and faculty members checked students' temperatures, and if their temperature was over 37.5 degrees, they were sent home, and students used their given ID cards to check into school. Lastly, students were required to sanitize their hands throughout the day.
So now let's move on into our school curriculum. Our school is education-based, which means that we focus on preparing the students for their standardized exams, such as the SAT or the ACT, which Jess will later expand on in the next slide. So we offer a total of 60 different courses that students can choose from throughout their high school life. So each year, students can choose 6 classes that they want to take throughout the year, and then over time, they can change their courses if they want to or if they feel the need to.
Okay, so for college and SAT prep, our school provides college counseling for all high school students, and due to Corona, counseling meetings went online. Currently, with full capacity, the counseling has become individual meetings in class between the student and the counselor. One of the ways our school supports our students is by supporting their preparation for college. And every year, sophomores and juniors have to take the PSATs to prepare for SATs or other standardized tests.
So this moves us into our school community. Our school is quite small. We are not as large as other international schools in Korea. So this provides a close community where everybody knows everyone else. So this makes it very easy to approach people and talk to them, strike up conversations. So there's never really an awkward or quiet atmosphere within the school. And this small community allows for a close relationship with teachers and students. So teachers are able to know each of their students and know and identify their needs, and students can ask teachers any questions that they have without feeling any sort of pressure. And finally, our school is also quite diverse since it is an international school. We have students from all over the world, and therefore it's very diverse. This creates an open-minded environment that allows for the growth of cultural empathy. So that was it for our school. Thank you. If you have any questions, we'll answer them later. We'll hopefully can answer them later in the Q&A session. So yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Shean and
Thank you
Jesse
so
and Jay.
much. That was a wonderful presentation too, right? Because I don't know anything about their school. And even in just one presentation, I know enough about them and about 60 courses. That was like, what? 60 courses?
Yeah, I'm so amazed of their courses. Oh my God, they are providing many courses, you know.
Yeah.
I'm interested to follow one of their courses or maybe adopt one of their
I really want
and make it and provide it into our school. Maybe you can suggest that, right, Haura?
Yeah, that would be wonderful, you know. Maybe
Yeah.
why do that too.
And they are running their school pretty well. It can inspire other school, you know, and what makes me the most amazed is even though in this pandemic, they still obey the protocol. And do you have any other interest out of their presentation?
Yeah, it was wonderful, you know, because even now in my country, we cannot go to school yet because
Yeah, me too.
many people doesn't actually follow the protocol.
Yeah.
And we cannot meet our friends yet, even though
That's one of the things that I hate the most when pandemic hits us. We cannot meet our friend that easily. So we just need to obey the protocol and wish the pandemic can finish as fast as it can. Okay.
I really hope that.
And oh yeah, guys, just to remind you, there will be Q&A and discussion session. So prepare your questions, okay, guys? Don't be too shy.
Yeah, you can ask anything from YLIES, maybe from KKFS Student Council.
Yeah. Feel free to ask, guys. All right, Haura?
Yep, sure. Okay, since our presentation has come to an end, let us not wait a second and welcome the fourth activity, which we all would have been waiting for, the Q&A and discussion section. And since this is an open section where YLIES and KKFS join together and share anything about it, so please feel free if there's any question or maybe anything you want to share, just unmute yourself.
All right.
Let's hear anything.
With this, it is easier to be questioned and to be answered. So please feel free to ask anything and share your answers. Feel free to unmute your microphone and ask whatever you want about KKFS. If you're curious anything about KKFS, or maybe from the KKFS side, if you guys are curious anything about YLIES, you guys may ask and feel free. And then we're gonna to answer it.
Or maybe if you guys are too shy, you can raise your hands.
Oh yeah, raise your hand, or you can chat through the chat discussion. We can read the questions, and then it will be answered.
Well,
Okay.
while we're waiting for questions, we have a few questions for YLIES. So basically, this is a series of webinars, right? And just correct me if I'm wrong. So this isn't the only webinar you guys are going to have. You guys are going to have others as well, right? Okay. So are you going to continue to invite other international schools? So not only from Korea, but maybe from, like you mentioned, Singapore or.
All right, let me
All right.
answer that.
All right, interesting questions.
So
Maybe the vice president or the president of YLIES can answer that, because it is about the next Y events and programs. I'm so curious to hear this. Let's go.
So for this webinar, it's international, and this is our first time having an international webinar. So we really hope that we can invite other international schools or maybe outside of our environment. But the next webinar we're gonna do is not international, but we're trying to invite like the students in university and college to, you know, guide us high school students or for what to do to go into their university and go like choosing their major, choosing their place, choosing their country. So yeah, like that.
All right, so there will be another program, isn't it, Rafi?
Yes.
All
Have
right.
you got the university in mind already, maybe?
Oh,
University.
I don't really know right now, man.
Okay, so that was wonderful. I think we really need to, you know, because most student here is high school. We don't know
Yeah.
what major are we going to. We don't really understand the college life yet. So I think that's a really interesting program too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
personally, I didn't decide what college I want to go and how my life's gonna be in the future, my prospective lives. How about you, Howard? Do you choose anything, or you're interested in any kind of college?
Well, actually, I am interested already, but I still don't know which major I'm going to choose, because I think every major is interesting for me personally. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know yet.
Maybe through the YLIES program that are coming next, like cooperating with the other universities may help us choosing the right college that we are going into.
Okay, I think there's a interesting question here.
From
From-
Waida.
Yeah, so let me read to KKSS maybe. It is really interesting to have a primary source of knowledge from you guys. Speaking about counseling things, what is it like? How can it help you all to pursue your next journey? So this is
Right.
to KKFS, right?
Yeah, I think this is talking about the college counseling that we mentioned. So we have a college counselor. Her name is Miss Casey. And what she does is she sets up a series of appointments where you can go in. And what this counseling helps you do is it sets up your college resume. So it helps you prepare for college, and if you tell your counselor what you are interested in, like what kind of subjects you're interested in, what kind of major you might want to pursue, together you'll come up with a list of universities or colleges that you might be interested in going, and what those colleges require you to have. So what kind of standardized testing do those colleges need, or what kind of subjects do you need to take in order to be accepted? Do you need a portfolio? All those kinds of questions and answers will be given to you through this college counseling. So I think it's very helpful. This is a very helpful program for students, especially those, like you said, who's not very sure of where they're going to go. So it's definitely a big thing that we really take use of in our school.
Is the counseling only for seniors or for all?
Counseling is open to all high school. So from freshmen all the way to seniors. Yeah.
So
We
if
don't
you
have
wanna-
that in our
they can
school.
translate, what we are interested into, and they can help us the perspective into of our future. So interesting.
Yeah, because we don't have that in our school. So it's
Yeah,
really
in
cool.
our Indonesian curriculum, as we know, and all of the participants in this Zoom meeting, as we know, in the Indonesian curriculum, when we enter into the senior high school, we need to choose between science class or social class. It helps us what kind of things that we need to encourage on, the skills that we need to encourage on, like that.
Yes.
If there is another question in the chat discussion.
Wow. Okay, maybe Mahir would like to read it.
Yeah, please read it, Haura. I'm just
Okay.
gonna.
From Chauki Aulia SEKL, so from Malaysia. Hello there, I would like to ask a little about the course selection that you mentioned. Could you maybe elaborate a little, like maybe which one do you personally take, or if there are any courses unique to your school? This is especially interesting to me, as in the Indonesian curriculum, we aren't really given a choice other than science or social.
Okay.
So how is it in KKFS?
I just said this before.
Okay, so for our classes, we have first, our school has 6 periods, and then after 4 periods, we have lunch and then another 2 periods. For all of those periods, before school starts, we're given a, what would you call it? Like,
We are given a list of courses
yeah.
that students, and each course is put into a category. So we have a social science, like social sciences, we have math courses, art courses, electives, music. So all of them are put into different categories that students can pick and choose from. So it's not limited, students aren't limited to just one category, they can experiment. So this is great for especially freshmen or sophomore students where they're still unsure. So they get to experiment with different fields, I guess you can call them, of education. And you know, yeah.
And we also have like different unique classes. The thing is, some of the classes, like some courses such as language, is a mandatory class for you to take before you graduate because we have a US curriculum. But one of the most unique mandatory class I'd say is presentation class. It's where our English class, Ms. Boyd, teaches us about how to make good presentations, and it helps you learn a better understanding of your public speaking skills.
Yeah. So this class really helps you boost your confidence, and it helps you make better presentations, which you'll definitely use later on, like even in university when you're working, you really need good presentation skills. So our school actually made that mandatory for students so that it's a graduation mandatory subject.
Oh, that's really interesting. So what courses personally did you guys choose maybe? I really want to know.
I'm more interested into music, personally. I don't know how.
Because our school is a US curriculum base, we work with a college board, meaning that you are able to take this before you go into college, which helps you get a credit so you don't have to take that class in college later on.
So what AP courses are is basically advanced placement. So this is when, for example, let's say you want to go into statistics. So we have AP statistics, which is an advanced course which helps you enhance your ability of comprehending statistics. And so when you take that course, you don't have to take it again in college or university. So it really so AP classes are basically a way of preparing students for college level classes and lectures. So that's another thing that we like to point out that's unique.
So that.
So after conclusion, it means you are, we as a student of their school, we are given a freedom to choose what we are interested with, and they're gonna provide the courses, and we need to follow the courses and encourage our skills in it, in their class. And they
Yeah.
got a good quality of the teachers, and I'm very amazed by the teachers' quality there.
Yeah. Is there maybe like a popular courses that usually students will pick this one?
Yeah, must known courses there.
Well, usually a lot of students pick the science courses like
Yeah.
bio, AP, yeah,
Psychology.
psychology. A lot of people take economics.
Yeah.
That's also
business.
another popular course. So yeah, I think those three.
Yeah.
Those three.
Yeah, those three.
Right. It is
Sure.
actually
Very
common
much.
courses, you know. I hear that there are a few questions kept with Rafi. So please, Rafi, you can ask the questions that you are
Yeah.
already prepared before.
Actually, it's not my question. Someone gave the
Yeah.
question to me. Yeah, they were too nervous. So
Don't be nervous, guys.
It's
there are
fine.
two
Just unmute
questions.
your phone.
Okay, so the first question is, can you tell a little bit like about the social life there, their social culture? And then the second question is, a lot of people here watch Korean drama, right? And then
Yeah.
there's those stereotypes where Korean students, take classes after school every day. And then how is it like that?
Well, yeah, Korea is definitely one focus like very much on education. So we actually have another comment saying that reference
Yeah.
Sky Castle, which is a
Yeah.
Korean drama.
Tutor.
Yeah, about the Sky University. So so it's very
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Because our school is not exactly 100% Korean. It's
Mhm.
also very diverse, and it has a lot of foreign and people who aren't of the same culture as each other.
Yeah.
So definitely some people have private tutors. They go to academies like all day, every day. They're always doing their homework. But there are also people who, join clubs. They're doing varsity sports. They're not as, tight on their schedule.
Yeah, a lot of students, like even many students in our school, they also have academies after school. They'll go take lessons, extra lessons to help them prepare. And there is a lot of pressure regarding that for some students. But I think that's a very Korean thing where a lot of pressure is put on. Like many students experience it. So to be honest, if we go back to the Sky Castle Korean drama, it's not too far from reality because that's like a lot of people are pressured by their parents to pursue, like go to a good university or get a good job,
Right.
All that. But if you're narrowing it to school explicitly, then our school students are mostly on the not too stressed side. Like we're pretty free. We're like, we flutter around, we do what we need to do, but we don't go over it. Yeah. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, not my question.
Whose question was it? Are they too shy to speak?
It was from Shafa.
I see.
It's
Okay.
okay.
So we just knew their social cultural environment there and how's the impact of the key drama and the Korean, most famous Korean culture there. So because on their school is not only most of them are Korean, so it is not really that impacted into the
Yeah.
social.
For sure. Yeah. But
Well,
outside of our school, like public schools, they definitely, like academies go up to 10 at night. People come home very late. Yeah, it can be very stressful for some students. Yeah, our school's not a school that pushes our students too hard. So luckily we're not overworked, but other schools, I can't say the same thing.
Definitely.
So yeah.
All right, very good. And also, one of the participants in this Zoom meeting told me that he wants to ask. So please, Salman, you can unmute your microphone and then ask whatever you want to ask about. Please go ahead.
Yo.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, do you guys have clubs in your school?
Yeah, we have a lot. Yeah.
What clubs are you guys in?
Oh, well, okay, so we have something called a club day, and that's where each club member, like the president, comes out and we, advertise what club they have. So they're like bringing in people to sign up. One of the best parts, I guess you could say, is that you can become your own club president. Like you can make your own club, and so it's not always like, oh, student councils, I'm gonna sign up to be a student council leader, and that's it. You can actually make your own, and it could be like your hobby and like bringing new people in.
So for the clubs that we've chosen, I'm currently in our school newspaper club. So we have a school newspaper going on, and I'm a reporter on the club. So yeah, we actually have our first issue coming out like before winter break.
Yeah.
So we're aiming to get that going. We've also been in debate club, and drama club has also drama club is also a pretty popular club where now it's canceled because of COVID, but before we used to have plays, so we used to perform in front of the whole school. So yeah, that's the clubs.
That's really cool. You guys can make your own club too.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, we have a lot of clubs.
Like
we have chess. Yeah, we have band, chess club, pre-med, girl up.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salman, which club are you going to join? Maybe you go to KKFS.
Me personally?
Maybe Mahir, maybe Salman. You can say.
Me personally, I would join the debate club because I like debating. I'm here, and that's of course. And I'll join the drama club. That sounds really cool because I did storytelling too.
Oh, wow.
And I'll probably join chess too and basketball. Yeah, and volleyball. Yeah, a lot. That seems
Just join
really cool,
everything, man.
You just join
Join
everything.
everything if I can,
He's
man.
grabbing anything, there.
We have like 20 clubs. Join them all.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Gotta
You
get
don't
that.
get that many clubs every day.
Create your own club,
Yeah, maybe make your own club.
Yeah, you can create your own club if you want to.
The Salman fan club.
Oh wow!
Okay, nice name.
Nice.
How about you personally, Haura? Are you interested to any clubs that you want to join?
Yeah, personally, I don't really know what club I join because again and again, personally, I feel that everything is interesting. But maybe, like Salman has said,
Join everything.
no,
If you're interested to anything, then you can join them all.
maybe I would like to, but I'm not actually that active around here and there, and I'm awkward in that kind of stuff. So maybe like someone had said, I would like to join debate club, or maybe if they're like around sports club, something like that, I would like to join that too. It will be really interesting.
We have.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
There's-
have.
What?
So we have varsity volleyball, basketball, and soccer. So
You guys are in the volleyball team, right?
yeah, we're on all three teams.
Good luck for the next event, I guess.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you guys win.
We have another question. I heard the competition among students in Korea are way too tight, and somehow
Oh yeah. I didn't read the message.
so
I missed
how
it.
do you guys come up to the stereotype? Is this right? Yeah. Well,
I think there's like a cultural thing as
Yeah.
well. It depends on the type of family you come from. Cause like I'm not 100% just Korean. I'm a mix of, like Taiwanese and Korean. So
yeah.
like your parents also, they're probably from a different background sometimes. I think it depends, because in like if it's like 100% Korean, maybe it's like a tiger mom, then they're definitely going to push you to the stereotypical like, oh, you should be a doctor, oh, you should be an engineer. Whereas in my family, it's more of like, I won't push you that much, you know.
Yeah. Also, competition between students. A lot of Koreans tend to romanticize the Western universities. So it's like a lot of Korean parents want their students to want their kids to go into UCLA or NYU or Harvard, those kind of prestigious high school. So there is a lot of competition, definitely. So that's a reality for a lot of high students.
I'd say that, like, you know, in our school, like, you know, I don't think
It's
we're
not-
too,
yeah.
you know,
Our school's fine.
yeah, I don't think we're as like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes kind of sucks if our parents imposing us to chase a dream that they want, but we are not interested in it. Like our parents told us, my son, you need to be a doctor one day. But I was like, damn, I'm not interested into science things. I'm more social. Then I said like, no, I'm not gonna chase that dream. I'm gonna chase another thing that I want and I'm interested with, like that.
Nice.
Personally, however, is there a dream that you're chasing or that you are wishing to be?
You know, if you ask me questions like that, it just makes my head boil. I'm gonna think like for hours about it. I don't really know which way I'm going, but yeah, maybe like science. I think I could say science,
Oh yeah.
biology, pharmacist. I don't know. I don't really know.
Nice.
Let's see if Diana's
Okay, I saw there's another question from the chat.
Can
Okay,
we-
we
sorry,
have we have
Um,
a private message from Deanna and
yeah.
Daryl.
Are they
Mhm.
here?
Oh yeah, you can read them because it's private. We cannot see it. So
Yeah.
please-
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
It asks, how are you guys? Is Mr. Edward still the principal? To answer your question, yes. Mr. Edward is still the principal of
Yeah.
KKFS, and we are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking.
Well, we
We
can't
hope you guys are doing great as well.
see her face.
Sure.
Staying safe. So yeah.
We can't see them, but you know. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
There's another message that DM to me.
we're getting message
Uh,
more. and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Everybody's nervous. They're like sending
Yeah, yeah,
private
it's
message.
okay, guys. If you want to
Weird.
speak, you
Don't
can.
be
Just
too
sliding
shy.
into those
Yeah,
DMs.
just unmute your microphone.
Someone asked me, it was Kitty from Indonesian School of Davao. She asked, how many nationalities are in your school?
There must be many, right? A
Of
lot.
course.
We
Even
have
most
must
of
be a
them
lot.
are Korean.
I would say like let's just start listing. Okay, we have a
US,
Koreans, Japan, China,
US,
US, Canada,
Indonesia,
Indonesia, Malaysia,
Sudan.
Sudan.
What else?
We also have Angola. We have Uzbekistan,
Yeah.
Russia.
My God.
Yeah, we have Russia. We have India, Sri Lanka.
There were people from like Mongolia. last
Yeah, we
year.
had
Whoa.
Mongolia. We have a lot of different students.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's like people living from like all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very diverse.
yeah.
Yep.
As
So,
you said before,
for
there is
your
also
people-
Indonesian people there. Do you know them closely, or maybe after this you're gonna know them more? Like hey, you said, yeah, I just joined a webinar and they are from Indonesian people, and I heard a lot of Indonesian cultures, and maybe you can present me more and more or like that before with the Indonesian people there.
Yeah. We have about 6 to 7 Indonesians in high school as of now, and we have more in middle and elementary. And we are actually close with all of the
Yeah.
students in our school. Like I said during the presentation, we have a pretty small school, so everybody knows each other. So we've all talked to each other before. We've all had conversations. We have International Day. We usually have International Day where people introduce their cultures as well. So we
Yeah.
learn a lot. We learn a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so good. I don't know. I'm so curious how they perform their Indonesian culture to you guys.
Yeah. They brought games
And like
and
the
like
dances.
yeah, we had dancing.
like their parents come over and hand
Yeah,
out.
we had the
Yeah.
embassy come over, give us a presentation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was
That's really cool.
Mhm.
Maher, you should go there and present for them.
Oh yeah, I really need to go to Korea. Damn, dude, one of my bucket list is to go to Korea. You know.
After the pandemic, man.
Yeah.
Ah,
After
We hope we can have like a student exchange there, man.
Yeah.
oh,
that would
wow.
be nice.
That'd be really nice.
And adopting their United States curriculum, it will be really great for us. Because before one of the event of the YLIES, the online student exchange, and the destination was Ontario, and they are adopting the Harvard curriculum, I guess, I forgot. And I learned many things in their curriculum and the learning process daily. I learned many stuffs from there. And maybe when we do one time, if we do exchange in Korea, we can adopt the United States curriculum and know them and explore more and more.
Yeah.
I hope I'm still here when that happens.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
year, you know. I think I got 40 years in front of me.
So
Oh,
I think there's another question here from
Okay.
SEG Khadija. We heard that South Korea did an exceptional job to tackle COVID-19. We would like to get a brief idea how you guys follow the health protocol as if the social distancing is like a written rules. Here we haven't got any chance to meet our fellow friends at school. This escalates our longing to hang out in school together. Like, how are you guys really following the protocol? Even in my country, it's, many people aren't following the protocol so much that, the level of COVID-19 is exceptionally rising in my country. So how are you guys doing that, especially in school?
Well, I feel like our school kind of has a mutual understanding between students where if, for example, if you're not wearing a mask, you're only bringing harm to other people and yourself. So it's kind of like that idea is emphasized, it's highlighted into education. So each class teachers would if you don't have your shield with you or if you're not wearing your mask, teachers will tell you, they will continuously tell you. And it's very it is actually like written rules. We do have like actual COVID protocols that are pasted in the school. So it's I guess we got lucky because our school students are pretty good at following the rules.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, then we have to stay at home and stay online. So students understand that. And so I think that's how we're maintaining this safe school environment.
Oh, very good. You guys should be thankful because you guys got discipline. They're really disciplined on obeying the protocol. How
Yeah.
that's what I love from them. And here, oh my God, they're messing up. And the cases is still going up more and more daily and daily. It's really
Yeah.
sad.
For sure.
Okay, there's another question in a chat discussion, but because the MC and the moderator read all the questions all the time, for this turn, let us Shauki herself to read the question and unmute. Be brave, Shauki, come on.
Himself, bro, not herself. It's a guy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Shauki.
I didn't mean so. Okay, Shauki, please read the questions.
Open your camera too. We need to see your face. We need to see your smile.
What is Shauki? Do you see
she just
Shauki?
said no in the chat.
Oh, damn. Come on.
Fine.
Disappointing answer.
It's okay. Just read the question.
All right. Who wants to read the question? Haura or me?
Okay,
You wanna read it, Haura?
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I guess he came.
Okay.
But I won't open my camera though.
Come
Oh,
on,
yeah?
man. We want to see your handsome face.
Oh.
Okay.
Considering that
Okay.
that you guys are like under a US based curriculum, does your
Mhm.
school maybe have any connections with colleges in the US? Like, say if you graduate from KFFS, you get a really good chance or boost to get accepted into said college.
Well, I don't think we are based under a US curriculum, but we don't have direct connections with any of the US colleges. We do have something called a college fair, where colleges, representatives from different colleges come to our school and promote their college. So students get to go around and check out these different schools, see which one they're interested in, which school they're interested in going. But other than that, I don't think, like, I mean, we don't personally, like, our school's not personally connected to anybody in our schools. So this doesn't really give us a boost, I guess. It doesn't, because that would also be unfair for people who don't have that connection. So our school mainly focuses on building, like, getting students to focus on building a good college resume rather than directly introducing students with the university itself.
So you guys are not having any cooperation with US college, but there's some program called college fair, is it? The college fair is called Japanese College, and you guys are checking around their college and the classes in the college. I think it's interesting because on our school also we got some cooperations with Indonesian college and universities. You are interested into their college, like that. I guess this is the last questions of the Q&A and discussion session. Unfortunately, because we're getting hungry and maybe sleeper, who knows? So yeah, just gonna end the discussion here.
Bro.
Yeah.
There's a teacher that wants to say something to the students.
Oh yeah, please.
A closing word, a complimentary.
Okay, from the teacher. Let's go.
It's from Bu Rizka.
Bu Rizka, what is it?
All right, thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I cannot turn on my camera because the connection is unstable here. So bear with me. All right, guys. So first and foremost is I'd like to give a round of applause for YLIES to give us this opportunity. And yeah, it's really, you guys did a really wonderful and exceptional jobs. I mean, yeah, this is my first time actually to hear what is YLIES actually. And yeah, it's just broadening and enlarging my, my knowledge as well. And for today's occasions, I had to tell you that I felt become a student here. You know what? I felt like I cannot speak English really well as you guys. So that's why it's really wonderful moment for me and for others as well. And what I really need to say is that please don't stop, and we are waiting for the next moment, for the next occasions, for the next event from YLIES and others as well. And we all also waiting for your kind of projects for the futures. So I hope this is not the end of projects, right? For that being said, I'm too nervous actually because you guys are too awesome.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rizka.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Oh my God. I'm so touched by her closing words. Isn't it, Haura?
Yeah, it was really touching. So I hope YLIES can grow more and connect more, especially with KKFS. Maybe we have our joint program together in the future. That would be like really nice.
Yes, it would.
I'm waiting for the next cooperation between YLIES and KKFS Students Council. Let's wait it.
Sure.
All right.
All right. The program has eventually come to an end, right, Haura?
Yes, unfortunately, Mahir. But please, we cannot end today's program without taking a photo. It will be a wonderful memory, you know, taking photo with KKFS and SLN all together.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great moment for us, and we can remember this moment, this moment anytime when we miss this moment again. So yeah, right, everyone, give us your best smile and pose and turn on your camera.
Turn on your camera, guys, so you know we can see your face. You'll be in the picture too. And also,
don't get to take a picture with Koreans every day.
And please, maybe word from Riyadh to guide this session. Thank you.
Okay, hello guys. Okay, please turn on your camera, please, because I want to see your face. Chucky, can you turn on your camera because I want to see your handsome face, Chucky.
Yeah, please.
Okay, come on, let's go. Turn on your cam, guys. Let's see the best smile and poses from you guys. Let's go ahead. Okay.
Okay, so we go for the first slide. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, now we go to the second slide. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay,
All
and we
right.
go. Oh, there's only 2 slides. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Uud.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
now it has, unfortunately, the program has finally come to an end.
We, as the moderator, would like to thank you, both teachers and students from KKFS and YLIES, for your presence. It was really wonderful time sharing almost anything and everything with you guys. We hope you had a nice time.
True. It was really fun reaching out with you guys, especially now our special guest, KKFS, is here and will share a lot of things, especially from their school too. And even though this program has ended, I really hope that we from YLIES, SLN, and KKFS still stay in contact and keep on sharing our experiences.
Thank you guys once again from all of the committee of this event and also all of the
Yes.
participants of YLIES and also KKFS. Thank you very much for your presence.
See you next time, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Shean and Jess. Thank you
See you
very
next
much.
See you
time.
next time, Shean and
Thank you,
Jesse.
Shanjes.
Nice to meet you all.